The soft chime above the store door still rang like a distant bell of memory, like something sacred and long ago. That small retail shop on the corner of Maple and Fifth had been where Maya first tasted love, not the manufactured kind tied up in gold rings and luxury, but the kind that bloomed like wildflowers between pavement cracks. She was 19 then, young, breathless, beautiful in the kind of way that made people pause mid-sentence. Her caramel skin seemed to glow under the fluorescent lights, and her eyes were always a little sad, as though they were already mourning a future she hadn't yet lived. Her hands smelled faintly of citrus and fabric softener, and her laugh, light, genuine, was the only music Julian ever needed. Julian worked in the back, folding shirts and unloading trucks with rough hands and soft eyes. He was poor, yes, but only in money. In soul, in love, in depth, he was rich beyond counting. His laughter was rare but warm. He read quietly during breaks and carried poetry in his head like it was his secret. He never had much, but what he had, he gave to Maya. They fell into each other like rain falling toward rivers. Natural, necessary, inevitable. When Maya decided to go back to school, Julian didn't flinch. He took double shifts, walked home in the rain to save on bus fare, and skipped meals some nights so she could eat. He whispered dreams into her hair in the darkness and called her Professor, even before she'd earned the title. He believed in her so fiercely it burned. But belief doesn't pay bills. Dreams don't buy Chanel. In her final semester, she met Daniel Langston, a man of angles and polish, with a jaw sharp enough to cut stone and a bank account deeper than the silence in her tiny apartment. He was everything Julian wasn't: elevated, articulate, powerful. His confidence intoxicated her. His money opened doors she didn't even know existed. He proposed 6 months after she graduated, slipping a diamond on her finger that sparkled with promise. Julian got a text. "I'll always love you, but I have to choose the life I deserve." That night, it rained. Hard. The city wept with him. Years passed. Maya became Maya Langston, a name that tasted expensive and looked good on charity invitations. She sipped wine at rooftop events, took Pilates on Tuesdays, and spent weekends curating an online image of opulence. She told herself she was happy until she found the phone. She hadn't meant to snoop, but Daniel had left it unlocked, and curiosity is a dangerous itch. The messages were clear, explicit, laced with emojis and declarations. "Can't wait to see you again. The boys miss you." She has no idea. 2 boys, handsome, smiling, with Daniel's eyes, another family, another life. And now, another mistress. The floor dropped out from beneath her. The man she had chosen over love, over loyalty, over Julian, was a lie stitched together with expensive suits and calculated charm. She had traded warmth for shine, and the shine was cracking. She tried to confront him. He didn't deny it. "You wanted a man who had more, Maya," he said coldly. "Well, more means options." That night she couldn't sleep. Her silk sheets felt like ice. Her ring burned her finger. And all she could think of was the man who once slept on the floor so she could have the bed, who carried her dreams like glass. She found him. Julian. He was standing in front of that same store, older, broader, still effortlessly beautiful. His arms cradled a little girl with wild curls and eyes that sparkled with mischief. A woman stood beside him, her hair pulled back, wearing faded jeans and a quiet smile. His wife. Maya sat in her car, gripping the steering wheel like a lifeline. Her heart was a bird trapped in a cage of her own making. She returned days later, alone, dressed simply, her usual armor of wealth discarded. She waited by the loading dock until he appeared, carrying a box of inventory like old times. He stopped when he saw her. His face didn't flicker with longing, only polite recognition. "Maya." "Julian." Her voice trembled. "Can we talk?" He nodded. They walked around the corner, where the alley still smelled like old rain and cardboard. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I chose wrong. I thought love wasn't enough, but it was. You were." Julian looked at her for a long time. His eyes held no bitterness, only quiet. "I loved you so hard I bled for it," he said, "but I learned something after you left. Love, it can't survive on memory. It needs a home, a heartbeat, a presence." "I can be that again," she said, desperation sharpening her breath. He shook his head. "You were my past, Maya. She," he glanced toward the woman waiting down the street, "she is my future." She swallowed the ache rising in her throat. A single tear traced the line of her cheek like a falling star. "I never stopped loving you," she said, voice barely above a whisper. Julian reached out and gently tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. Just once, like an echo of all the nights he used to do the same. I know, he said, but sometimes love isn't enough when it's too late. And then he walked away. Maya stood in the alley alone, the wind catching the hem of her coat. She looked up at the sky, gray and endless, and for the first time in years, she realized how quiet regret can be, how it doesn't scream, but whispers every single day.